Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Brian Nato. Brian kicking off our first 5-day race week. We counted them, or Brian did this morning. We got 17 Wednesdays. Starting counting today or forward?
I think. Counting today, I think, all the way, obviously, through the Florida Derby on April 1st. Championship meet, of course, this year starting on December 26th. But I don't know. I kind of felt like it started last week with the racing we had.
Yeah, we had some really nice races on the turf. Going to continue for sure. So first race today is going to be on the turf. But before that, we got a $150,000 gross jackpot guarantee in the Rainbow Six this afternoon, which starts in race number 4. Pretty wide open affair this afternoon. I got a $43.20 ticket. I'll show you later, a little later on when we get to that race. But getting back to this first race, 5 furlongs on the turf, maiden optional claimer for 2-year-old fillies. That optional tag is $50,000. A jockey change on the number 7, make the rider Jesus Rios, and interested to see your early pick 5 ticket.
Yeah, that Rainbow's going to be huge. The pools in general have been huge. These pick 5s are getting upwards of $300,000. Ronnie, it's a deep spread kind of race to me. You can see it there. We'll get to it in a second on this $36 play for me. Royal Attitude on top for me in race 2. Back-to-back singles. Mateo might be a little aggressive. That's my best bet of the day. Too Much Vino is not very aggressive. That's the most likely winner on the entire card. And into the turf for race 5, we'll go 3 deep. The top pick is number 8, Mohawk for me.
Mohawk, my best bet, I believe, this afternoon. I think it is. Pretty sure, at least. 5 furlongs on the turf, as we mentioned. You got that jockey change on the 7, Jesus Rios. So, Brian, I started it off with the 10, Pink Party Pants, who's debuting locally after setting the pace and finishing 4th in her maiden special weight debut. That was going 5 furlongs on a good Meadowlands turf course. So I found a stat on Danny Gargan with his 2-year-olds making their second start on the turf. He's 5 for 18, 28%, 72% in the money. And look at that return of investment, $3.44. So I'm playing the stats and Miguel Vasquez in the saddle.
Yeah, and these guys, you put them together. I showed the stat last week. I think on the turf, too, at the time, they were 12 for 24, if I remember correctly. This is a good post for this horse. We're outside in the proper attack post with heavy speed on debut. I think this daughter of Bachero, who's a very good turf runner and has been pretty prolific as a freshman sire as well, kind of under the radar, pretty precocious. Pink Party Pants, I think, is in a good spot here today, Ron.
The number 3, Lakeside Getaway is cutting back to 5/8 of a mile after leaving from that outside post, which was 12. Finished a promising 5th against those New York State-bred special weight runners going 6 furlongs on the Aqueduct turf. You would think an improved post this afternoon would help this horse.
Yeah, I agree, and I know those are New York breds, but they could be solid up there. And I thought the fact that she didn't take any money, now she's down here. Maybe it says Mike Trombetta had this spot in mind all along. She'll be a little bigger and tougher now the second start out.
Yeah, we got the same exact. I use Weld Hall in 3rd as a daughter productive first-year Sire Gervin debut on the turf. A couple of solid sprint outings on the Torpedo. Got to see if they can translate. I love the connections of Eddie Plisa Jr. and Paco Lopez.
Yeah, you got to take note. Whatever Paco rides, they're going to get bet and they're going to be live.
And he does an excellent job with Ed Plisa Jr. as the trainer. Race number 2 this afternoon is 6 furlongs. Claimer, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life. No scratches, jockey changes in here. What's started with yours in here? You went with the number 5 horse in here. Royal Attitude is dropping to this level today.
Yeah, I just wonder if this is the right spot for this son of Gone Astray. Was in for 35, was in a state-bred optional claimer. Didn't do any real running, but the thing I like, Ronnie, is he did keep his speed. So I don't really have as much of a worry if he's completely off form because he's been showing his speed. Now we're perfectly drawn outside here. Hopefully this is a level where he can show his best.
Trained by David Fox, they're ridden today by Sonny Leon. The number 4 Cajun Bio, who I have on top. You have a video you want to show.
Yeah, it's just window dressing here, to be honest with you. And the videos today are no great shakes. I didn't really come up with a lot as far as trips. But, this is him. He's the 5. I would expect he's going to come into your screen in a second here, and he's going to absolutely blitz this field and run off through the stretch. And it was a really, really strong effort. Obviously, it was 12-5 maiden claimers. I get that. But this is a powerful run here, the number 5, and he's just going to laugh at this field through the stretch. He got set up a little bit. I understand that, but there's some speed in here today, too. And I I would be very surprised if this horse is remotely close, Ron, to 7-2. I mean, he looks to me 8-5, 9-5. Don't forget, we've got Luis Saez here too, so this is a huge pickup for Luis. And yeah, facing winners, but you can see it here. This is a tour de force.
Yeah, just unbelievable. Like, I found the stat on Mike Yates with a maiden winner last out with sprint race horses on the dirt. He's 9 for 39, 23%, 62% in the money, and 203 is the return investment. So all positives there. Royal Attitude for me, but in second. Then I went to the inside with the one Grunder's call, named for the former track announcer up there at Tampa, Richard Grunder. Turning back to 6 on the main track. He set the pace, faded against those 16 condition claimers going a mile into 16th on the turf. Jane Sibeli, pretty good with the turf to dirt angle, about 15%. Lionel Reyes overseeing that surface switch today.
Yeah, I mean, the dirt run two back was really, really good with a big number. I worry about cutting back to one turn. We'll see what we get here today. But yeah, if he can get back to that race, big threat in here.
At Federal Exchange, going to wear the blinkers this afternoon for Clifton Christie.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get back to the runs 2 and 3 back, he might be the horse to beat. The problem is he was a total no-show last time.
Race 3 this afternoon, about 1.70 miles on the Tapeta. Maiden claiming 2-year-olds, $12,500. Did have a scratch in here of the number 2 horse, Aldo's Dream. I went with the 4 in here, and I'll start it off, and that's Heart Boy. This one moves to the Dan Hertech barn after the claim, stretch it out around 2 turns on the Tapeta, with blinkers added after finishing third against those maidens, going 7 on the dirt. The barn is pretty good, 18% with new claims. You get Miguel Vasquez at the controls, wide open affair. Figured I'd go with Heart Boy.
Yeah, the fact that Miguel sticks and he rode this horse last time, I think that's a positive. He is the horse to beat. I don't really think there's any doubt about that. Danny struggled a little bit at this Sunshine meet, but as Ronnie said, he's very, very good under the radar off the claim.
What'd you see with the number 5, Mateo?
Yeah, this is my best bet of the day. We'll take a look at the replay here, too. This horse had a real trip last time, and to his credit, he still was third on the winner runs off here. Mateo is the one drafting up outside, and this is where it starts to go all wrong here. He's outside the 5, but he's going to clip off heels here in a second as he's moving up in hand in between, and it looks like he's going to be a real menace. And then right here, I believe, you can see it right there, and almost you wonder if he's going to get pulled up or what happened if he went wrong. But no, sure enough, he re-brakes a little bit, and I think, you know, I think what happened is once Jaime Torres maybe realized, hey, he's fine, we could get going again. And to Mikhail's credit, he did get going again. And Ronnie, we've talked about this a lot. This is a $16,000 claimer. Right. He doesn't have gears like, you know, stakes horses, but he gets third in this race. And obviously the winner, Captain Anthony, runs off the screen here. But for him to re-brake and come back and get third after all that went wrong with him, I thought it was a pretty polished effort. And you know what? That's not, you know, we've talked quite a bit about Jaime Torres and the job he's done, and I can't say enough good things about him. But, you know, Edgar Zayas is here today, and it kind of says to me, you know what? It's go time today.
The number 7, Preston Murray, is claiming tag today, sliced in half after showing early interest and fading against the 25. That was its debut, going a mile in the 70 yards on the Tapeta for Victor Barboza Jr. Emmaciel Jaramillo atop this gelded son of Gervin. So I like to turn back in distance this afternoon, 5-1 on the morning line with those good connections.
Yeah, we've talked many times here how tough it is to win at 2 turns, and at a mile and an eighth, it's even tougher. To his credit, he showed speed before tiring. Ronnie said it perfectly. The cutback, yes, but the drop in class is really what plays here.
Yeah, so just a wide open affair in race number 3. Brian's got his best bet, Mateo. I went with Heart Boy. We'll take a short break, and then we'll go with my Rainbow Six ticket for this afternoon.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course. A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And we're off.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all 3 surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
welcome back to Gulfstream today. That's Brian over there, and I am Ron, and we are back for race number 4. Switching it up a little bit
Just
today.
because it's Wednesday doesn't mean I would think they don't know who we are.
Well, the way we went the other day, I could see him wanting to
Okay.
forget us
That's
very
fair.
well. You know that. So race number 4 this afternoon is going to be 6.5 furlongs, maiden claiming filly 2-year-olds, $12,500. Did have an early scratch of the 2 Suncoast Vixen, one of the horses I did have on my ticket. So I did a little replay, we'll call it, and here is my ticket of 43.20, and we'll talk about this fourth race in a minute. I'm going with Mohawk. I know you like that horse this afternoon as my single. I got coverage in race number 6 with Aquila, Action Rose, the 7 and 2 bedtime story. In race number 7, just 2 in there. I like Double Tough Tiger there, along with Hero. We'll see how that plays out. Race number 8, for me, it's T-Ville, Ghost in You, and Horthgar. And then in the final race today, I got some coverage in there. My long shot is Downburst. I used Spirit of Power, Rich Gift. We got a bunch of horses that I used in that last race. So pretty wide open affair, 43.20 with that $150,000 gross jackpot guarantee.
I got a feeling that is not going to be an issue today. There's already 136 or 37 in that carryover. The pools have been huge. It's what we've been waiting for with turf racing coming back, and you got a lot of it here. And I know you're excited in these turf finales that you can always try to blow up the board,
Yeah,
which has been your specialty.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can do it. I haven't been. The other day, there was so many nice long shots that I didn't even come close to having. Getting back to the 4th race, 6.5 furlongs, I went with the H, and this is sort of made me think of Brian a lot. Too Much Vino, who goes to the Jorge Delgado barn after the claim, stretches out to 6.5 furlongs, return from the layoff, finished second against Similar. The barn, a whopping 32% with new claims, Chantal Sutherland in the saddle.
Yeah, this horse could be 2 to 5 in here. I mean, there's just not a lot in here. The best horse already, and now she goes off the claim for Jorge Delgado from a perfect post, 32% off the claim. Chantel is here. It all adds up to kind of, to me, Ronnie, a name the score type of win.
Well, you know, the number 6, Curlin Hummingbird, son of Exaggerated, debut for Kathleen O'Connor. And I found the stand. I was a little surprised with a 2-year-old first-time starters, maiden claiming sprints on the dirt right at Gulfstream. She's only 4 for 39, 10%. 33% in the money, 115 is the return investment. And Kathleen horses are always better when they make their second starts.
Yeah, it's a positive Miguel's here. That's a big deal that Miguel Vasquez is going to ride. Let's just be honest, Kathleen has struggled at the Sunshine Meet. There's no doubt about it. I know you and I have the highest respect for the barn and what she does. This is a 12-5 maiden claimer debuting. So, you can't expect a lot. I would hope she's live on the board. If not, I don't see anybody beating Too Much Vino.
Let's go to race number 5. They're a really nice race here this afternoon. A mile on the turf. Claim is 3 or 4 and up. Non-winners of 3 in life, or a race since June 7th. This is 20 down to 16. Did scratch the number 10, Rumble Strip Ron. No, I did not have that horse on my ticket, even though there's Ron in it. And you have a late pick 5 ticket.
I do, $36. One scratch later in the card. That was it for me, of anybody of significance that I lost. We'll go get to this race in a second. 37 is the order in race 6. I had to knock this ticket down considerably. It was a lot bigger when I first put it on paper. In race number 7, I'm going positively awesome and a little bit of a, call that one a little bit of an upset today. We'll talk about that race. I like Ghost in You in race 8. We've got a replay coming. Rothgar is in raging form, and then 64 is the order in the finale. Rich Gift is my long shot, 20 on the morning line. You want to give me 6 or 8, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, I put that one on my ticket too, but I did go with a Downburst in number 10. I don't know. I think that horse is like 8 to 1 or something like that. I'll have to check that when we get to that race. Getting back to this 5th race, a mile on the turf for claimers. And I did, and so did Brian, go with the number 8 Mohawk, who's dropping to the 20 level, going back to the turf. Now, this horse returned from the layoff. He went up and he set the pace. Now, he had sort of a little bit of trouble at the furlong marker. He had a steady in that race. I actually went back and looked at it a little bit. Wasn't that bad. Finished 4th against 35 condition claimers, going a mile 70 on the Tapeta for Jose D'Angelo, MCL Jaramillo. Named, this is a 2-time winner on this turf course, 8 starts, 2 wins, and 3/3.
With a 90 buyer back in May, and we're just getting acclimated again to our turf course, and we can't say it enough. This is not a new turf course, so if you've handled it in the past, there's no reason why you're not going to handle it again, and why it wouldn't give you a leg up on your rivals. I'm going to speak for you. I think you picked this horse because this horse has some speed,
Yeah.
whereas the favorite down inside has none of it. And we'll get to Exalt in a second. But, yeah, I think Mohawk for Jose's in a good spot here.
Yeah, Exalta, exactly the reason. I mean, the horse is dropping down. It's Mike Mayer. It's Luis Saez. I'm not surprised this horse is the favorite in the race. Got to carve out that trip today.
They went 50-4 on a firm turf course at Aqueduct to the half last time. This horse is 11 lengths behind, Ron. How's he getting? Now is going a mile in 3/8. Now, listen, Luis Saez is absolutely aces. He's got his work cut out here because this is a sharp one-turn mile on a horse that wants to run all day. 4 for 4 in the exacta here at Gulfstream Park. If you want to take note of that.
I just wasn't sold. I had to put
couldn't
it
agree
further.
with you more.
Yeah, I just wasn't sold. I had to put it further down the ticket. If I get beat by it, I get beat by the horse. So it's the way I feel about it. What about the number 5, Prince Mayor, goes to the Marcial Navarro barn after the claim returns to the turf? Now, he went up, he set the pace. And that was against that pronounced stalk close bias on the Tapeta and finishing a weakening third. The barn is pretty solid with new claims, about 18%. Previous turf winner, working sharply for this assignment. There's a lot to like about this horse for me.
Very dangerous horse. Was running against better at Santa Anita the last time that he got on the turf. Has kept his form since then. We get Edgard. We've got Speed. Another horse that'll be comfortably ahead of Exalt when they hit the far turn.
Now, I threw the number 2 Indy Lion in third, a 4-time turf winner, including 3 victories at the distance, stretches out on the lawn, faced those 32 starter optional claimers sprinting on the Tapeta. So I wanted to see how Rohan Crichton does. And Rohan Crichton, with horses going from Tapeta to turf, all levels at Gulfstream, he's 0 for 14, 29% in the money over the past year. That to me was amazing. His game is, the main track, but I was sort of surprised. I mean, you're getting Paco Lopez. I used this horse, but I was surprised to see the stat.
Yeah, good stat there. This not for me. No, I think Indy Lion, he's 9-2 on the morning line. He's got to be way more than that. Yes, he's 4 for 8 on turf. He's also 0 for 2 here on turf. To me, he looks a little off form. You probably get an underlaid price with Paco. To me, at least if you're playing on top, you got to let this horse beat you.
And that is where that final pick 5 of the afternoon kicks off, and it could be a good one today. The 6th race is 5.5 furlongs, about distance, on the Tapeta, maiden claiming filly, 2-year-olds, 16,000. Scratch the number 1 horse in here, Lubanansky, I think it was pronounced. We'll have to check on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. You went, and I went number 3, Aquila, who's shifting to the Tapeta, went up and set the pace on the sealed muddy track that day.
Big speed, and we know that plays in these Tapeta sprints, and Jaramillo as good as anybody, getting a horse on the lead and getting them to last. I think Aquila will be tough in here.
Yeah, we got the same exactor in here. Action Rose is dropping another rung on the claiming ladder after rallying to finish second against those 25 maidens, going 5.5. Antonio Sano, Edgar Zayas, daughter of Collected. This is the type of races where you got to pay attention to Antonio Sano.
I agree. And she got back to sprinting last time, and maybe it was a little sharp for her. Now she's second over sprinting, and maybe she wakes up a little bit more. Give a shout out to David Cardoso, who's riding here, in from Arapahoe.
Yeah, I was trying to think. We don't get many jockeys from Arapahoe. That's out in, where is that, Colorado? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colorado. So what about Bedtime Stories? A Kentucky-bred daughter of B. Jersey by Jerseytown, debuting for Jose D'Angelo. He's solid with his Tapeta runners, and I think you watch the tote action on this horse. Maybe if he takes some money, because there's nothing you could really sink your teeth in this race.
No, I'll agree with that. This barn's 1 for 21 debuting in maiden claiming races, so tread a little lightly there.
Race number 7 this afternoon is a 1-mile claimer, 3 and up, $6,250. Scratch the number 5, New York Style in here. You went with the number 4, Positively Awesome. We got all that New York stuff in there.
When they drew this card, you were excited. Huh? I'm taking a little stab here, but this is a horse coming out of 5.5 and 6 furlong races that were really good. Royal Squeeze come back to win. The old veteran Joe DiBaggio, stunning in victory last time. Now we stretch back out. He'll be closer to what should be a little softer pace today with Edgard aboard. This is not my long shot. That's later. I like this horse at a price today.
What happened with the Hero and Double Tough Tiger, who I have first and second on my ticket? I know you got a video.
Yeah, we'll show this video here, and I do think Double Tough Tiger, even though he was behind Hero, I think he'll be favored. Hero, you got to give Hero credit, though, because from here, I mean, he's absolutely dueling with Tone Phelan, who he swats away, entering the far turn. And you're thinking, okay, well, the old Double Tough Tiger at 6 to 5 is going to run him down. Hierro, to his credit, did not want to yield, Ronnie, and he gutted this out to his credit, and you cannot take anything away from Hierro. He ran the much, much better race. To me, though, you're seeing it here. He's all out to last. I don't see him going forward off this run.
Yeah.
I got to believe he comes back a little bit.
Yeah, I that's how I looked at it, too, and I went with Double Tough Tiger, ridden today by Chantal Sutherland. You know, this is another wide-open affair in here. The number 6, Toned Feeling, is stretching out to 1 turn mile, took the overland route when rallying wide to defeat those 6,250 open claimers, going 7-8, Muhammad Jaladi, apprentice Jaime Torres atop. This is a 4-time winner at the distance.
Yeah, and this is a horse that kind of speaks to how good Jaime Torres has been. You just saw him there dueling with Hierro and getting totally fried. What does Jaime do last time in the slop? He takes him back off the pace, and he absolutely blitzes a field. So, hey, very impressive.
You know, I also want to mention the jockey and the number 2 hero, Jose Morelos. Boy, this guy is riding in great form. He's sort of under the radar a little bit, but I think you watch him, Tone Feeling for Jaime Torres. I think that's a couple of good riders in there. Race number 8 this afternoon is a mile 70 about distance on. The Topita claim is 3 or 4 and up. Non-winners are 3, 12-5 down to $10,000. Scratch the inside horse, which was the 9-5 morning line favorite. Please call me back. You went with the number 3, Ghost in You, and I think you have a video you want to show here?
Yeah, we'll show the video of Ghost in You and Rothgar, and it really it flatters Rothgar. You like saying that.
Yeah.
Rothgar.
23-1 on there.
Yeah, Rothgar is in raging form right now, okay? And in the video, this is going to flatter Rothgar, but I did think Ghost in You, he was wide and he was close early, and then he's well clear of the rest is Rothgar, while Ghost in You is trying to loop a little bit. I think, and I went with Ghost in You, and I just think from the flow perspective today, it's Ghost in You, but this is Rothgar to me, and I kind of wanted to show it just to give him a little pat on the back, too, because you said it, Ronnie. He was 23-1. He's off the claim and away from Jorge Delgado, and Javier Morzan does a really good job with him here, and he guts this out for second. Ghost in You was on the scene too late. This is a powerful run, and you're going to get a decent price on Rothgar again because I'm not sure they believe either.
I went with the number 7, T-Ville, who's stepping up to the next level after dueling from start to finish and held on gamely to defeat those 12-5 2 lifetime claimers, going that mile, 70 yards on the Topita. I found the stat with Liam McCannis, just a winner last out on the Topita right here at Gulfstream Park over the past 6 months. He's 3 for 7, 43%. 100% in the money. 351 is the return investment. It's not big, but you pointed out right away a couple of months ago that Liam McCannis is a guy you have to watch.
Yeah, especially routing on Topita, and he's very, very quietly done some really good work in that kind of arena. Don't sleep on him. I put this horse into 4th after the scratch.
Let's go to the 9th and final race. It's a mile on the turf. It's a maiden optional claim of fillies and mares 3 and up. Optional tag is $40,000, and both Brian and I trying to get a bit of a price in here with our horses. Let's go with Brian first with the old number 6, Rich Gift.
Yeah, this is a maiden special 8 dropper, 20 on the line. I'll take 8-1 on this horse. We can't possibly be 20 in here. Was in a maiden special weight twice. Now Jimmy Toner is going to bring him down, a son of Uncle Mo out of a Warfront mare. Ronnie's all over that. Yeah. Really woke up last time off the layoff. Now we're second off. Jorge Ruiz is into ride. He's got a win for Jimmy Toner as well. And this is the biggest drop in all of racing, and now we're stretching out too. I think this horse is going to run today, Ronnie. There's no one in here to be scared of.
No, that is a great place to take a long shot. You know, I went 4 deep. I went with Downburst. Now, go back. This horse was claimed by Rohan Kreitman, finishing 3rd on the turf. That was at the $35,000 maiden level during May. Then he returns from the layers, goes back to the grass. He ended her summer camp. She ended her summer campaign with a 3rd place finish against this level of competition that was going a mile in the 16th. So I'm keying off that race there. Louis Sayed gets the call on this Daughter of Violence. So off that race, I think this may be sneaky. I thought I'd get a little bit more than 5-1 on the morning line, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's Rohan and Luis, so that might hurt you a little bit. But this horse is interesting. Could be live, and you just have to take note that Luis is back, and he rides on a day-in, day-out basis, which I think is so cool too. He's dangerous.
And that is, what else you got? You got the number 1 horse in there, and that's Ramadan.
Yeah,
Irish bred.
maiden special weight dropper. I was shocked to see this horse 12 on the morning line because this horse is a maiden special weight dropper with, I'm going to say, quote unquote, big time turf form for this group, and we draw perfectly too.
Well, that's how we see this 9-race card this afternoon, but we are not done, as we do each and every opening day of the week. And we start with the standings, and Miguel Vasquez is still on the lead.
Yeah, nothing's going to change here. Miguel is galloping comfortably, but as you can see at the bottom, and especially through Sunday now, the gang's all here, or will be. We've got Jose Ortiz, Irad Ortiz, Tyler Gaffleone back in the entries this weekend. Let the fun begin.
And there you can see the number 5, Jose Morelos. I tell you, watch
go.
this guy. He's doing a good job there. He's 18 wins, but he puts his horses in all the right spots. Safi continues to lead, I'm sure.
Yeah, just to take up what Ronnie was mentioning with Jose Morelos, and I mentioned the Ortiz brothers are here. Tyler is here. These are the guys now, you got to remember, the Jose Morelos of the world. You're going to get on live long shots. These guys can ride. There's, just the food for thought there. Obviously, Safi's doing his thing.
Yeah, Carlos, Rohan, all the guys are there that's supposed to be there. And Safi with those 22 wins. He had that multiple win day last week, so certainly bolstered his chances in here. We talked about our best bet in the long shot, but let's look at him again. What's your best bet?
Mateo, 4-1 on the morning line. You should get $8, $9, $10 on him. A little bit of an aggressive one.
And mine is that turf horse in race number 5. It's Mohawk at 3-1. Long shot, both of them in the last race. We got Doolin's. Yours is the 6 horse in here, Rich Gift.
Yeah.
You're not getting 20-1.
No.
And I've got the 10 horse in here, who's currently downburst at 5-1. I think you're right. I might not get with that because of the connections.
Yeah.
I think you might be right. Well, we got a great feature race tomorrow. I know you were enamored with this horse you're going to talk about now.
Absolutely. Check this replay out of Super Corinto, the Group 1 winner here. And this is him making the point here in mid-stretch. And absolutely, I'm going to use this word, hellacious pace, Ronnie. And to Dave Fox's credit, he gets Noble Drama back again. And that was awesome to see, too. Super Corinto runs the race of the month for my money. That was his first start in the U.S. He was a Group 1 winner in his native country. Was it Chile? He beat O'Connor, who was awesome for Safi Joseph Jr. He is back tomorrow. What they think is on a path to the Pegasus.
Yeah, I mean, he was very impressive in there, so we'll see how he runs. And as you mentioned, just the turf returns, big, huge pools we had over the weekend, that's for sure, and payoffs.
Yeah, the pick 5s are getting around 300,000, and on Sunday, the early pick 5, thanks. Good work, guys. Thank you. You see it at the bottom, $1.86. Good work. That's a sweeper, folks, okay? Yeah. That's a sweeper, so whoever did that, golf clap to you. And the late pick 5 on Sunday, I think, was 92,000, and that's 2 tickets. So get involved.
Yeah, it's been fantastic here, and as we mentioned a few times already, we've got a 5-day week now, returns and runs through the Florida Derby week.
Yes, that is a statement of fact. We'll be here with you at 11:10 every day. Obviously, big Saturdays might be a little bit earlier, but this is what it is going forward.
And guess what? Our buddy Gabe Pruitt is back for a couple of days here. Pete out of town, so Gabe will be calling races, does a fantastic job, so he will take over the calls today and give you the scratches and jockey changes too.
And that's it. Big fan. We'll send it up to him. Good luck, everyone.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place.
We back.
Northern Dancer, winner of the Florida Derby.
Yeah.
All the history, all these great horses, trainers, jockeys.
It is Barbaro to the final furlong. He is a neck in front. Barbaro wins!
It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
Sunday silence surges to the front.
First day, opening day of championship meet, I was kind of starstruck. You're watching LeBron James, and then next thing you know, you're playing basketball against him. That's how I felt when I'm riding with Donnie V, riding with Irad, Luis.
So many famous people come, Post Malone, Pharrell, J-Lo was there. It's epic.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
It's all about Knicks Go. Knicks Go makes it 4 in a row.
It's one of the most beautiful tracks in the country, surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders. It's amazing.